Well, my name is DIZZY WALKA. Well, the significance made the name back in like grade 6. I remember I wasn't allowed to be on Facebook. I wanted to go on because my parents were on, so I had to change my name and just came up with like a different name. I come from Botswana. It's a country in the south of Africa. I was born there 2002, lived there my whole life, and I moved 2020 December. I think the biggest culture shock that I've seen is I'm just gonna talk about being black. Like black people back home in Africa are just different from black people in North America. Yeah, we definitely move a lot different. Sagging of your pants, yeah. We don't do that back home. Shopping here is like, it's a big thing. Like back home, we don't have many malls, you know. It's like only 3 big malls that we have, and it's just the same old shops that you visit. Out here, it's like there's a variety of things that you could actually do. The dishes we have back home, I don't see many of them here, so we do as much as we can to like keep the culture alive and just show people what our food is like. The women, your women are the same everywhere. Oh yeah, people definitely look at us different as Africans. I think it's a Western thing where I don't think the West is actually educated enough about Africa. It's like the same old stereotypes. You go to school on a giraffe, or it's just dirt all around. And how's the quality of music this high when you come from Africa? It's like there's a lot of guys that want to make it out. So there's like a lot of talent there. We just don't have the resources like out here. I'm being very honest, I actually started music because back in grade 6, there was a new student in the school. Comes in, he's a rapper. He actually performed once and all the girls wanted him, and you know, it was a hard time. I was trying to get girls, so I'm like, yo, I want some music too. I want to be a rapper too. Get some girls too. Well, I've been making music for like 7 years now. The last 4 years is when I actually started taking it seriously. Before it was just, I'm trying to get girls, I'm trying to get some attention to me. Growing up, you know, I was always bullied. My weight has always been like a big thing. I wanted people to look past that, you know. And if I'm a rapper, it's like, okay, people are gonna talk about the music and it's not the weight anymore. The last 4 years, I actually realized that, you know, I actually kind of got this in me, so I could take it far. I think I'm a hook god. I think I make some crazy ass hooks. Like, verses are nice, but I always try to tell a story. Like, the verses always have a story to them. Even the hooks, every song has a story. I think my strongest point is my hooks. Like, I think they're very catchy. I just want to tell people about me. I want people to know where I come from. And like I told you, I was bullied my whole life. I try to talk about that and, you know, how I've actually overcome that. You know, people always talk about my weight. Just like the first thing you see, I'm a big guy. It doesn't stress me as much anymore because I actually have a lot to show besides the music. Many people want to talk, but I don't know many people that are as talented as I am, you know, so I just try to keep it real. I'm a big fan of Jake. He's always inspired me. Kendrick, he inspires me because of the stories. Coming from Compton, I know we know so many artists from Compton. The stories, I almost feel the same. I mean, it's not the violence that, you know, I relate to, but it's just that personal thing. You actually feel it, the pain and the voice and everything. I'm a big fan of Travis just because all his music is catchy, you know. I told you I try to make catchy hooks, and Travis's music is just a vibe. Well, as an artist, I think my sound is just, we always bring out the same stories, you know, we just try to keep it real, like talk about what I've been through in my life. There's a lot of guys that depend on autotune, and I'm not gonna act like I don't use autotune because it actually brings that extra sauce, you know, it brings the vibe to it. There's always that fine balance between autotune and my voice. Occasionally, from time. I sing in the shower from time. I just write whenever I feel inspired, you know. There's times I'm just sitting there and like, something just hits me, or let's say I'm actually just cleaning the house or something. It's like, you know, if I hear a sound in my head, I actually take out my phone. I think that's the one thing that I struggle with, going on YouTube and trying to find beats. There's a sound that I have in my head and I can't find it. And when I actually try and message the producers that I talk to, like, can you try and mimic this sound for me? They do as best as they can, but sometimes it doesn't come out the way, you know, I actually want it to. And in the studio, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm really shy. It takes me some time before I've eased into it and I'll come alive. We actually do a couple of takes before I start recording. The voice is still shaky, but you know, when I'm now in the zone, it's like it just goes out and we actually just start and knock it out the park. I mean, I was locked up indoors and I just had to, you know, there's nothing I could do. You try to reach out to main producers and guys are actually skeptical about recording because of COVID. It's like guys are scared, so it's like I understand. I'm still telling stories that are real to me, but these certain stories that I've had to leave out because I've just been listening to like artists out here and just talking to like the people I've met out here. Like I've performed at school, so I was just asking the people that actually gave me feedback, like, what more do you want to hear? People want the hype, people want more songs like Poseidon, so it's like I try to actually make music that's like new age sound more than I actually do like about my personal life and all the dark shit. I don't think I found anyone as good as my producers back home. Not yet. I still talk to my producers back home. I think their quality is just, it's unbelievable. My favorite song to perform is Poseidon right now. Like, that's what everyone likes. It was a freestyle. Had the beat, we just played the beat. I made it on the spot, and it's like, this was just more of like a vibe. We're just going with, the mood in the studio that day. Drake. I would like to collaborate with Drake. Drake is like the one artist I've always wanted to work with. I just think he's one of the most influential artists of our time. He's actually understood that music is just more than just music. He's a brand, it's a business. And I feel like many artists just make music and don't understand that, you need to market yourself, you need to make money. And Drake has done that, And at the same time, he's actually like solidified his name as like a household artist. We don't realize that what we've been through, someone else is going through it, but as the artist, I'm actually able to be vocal about it. Other people can't. The biggest thing that happened recently was like losing my dad, and I actually made like a eulogy for him. When I released that, it did numbers. It's like my second biggest song. I had so many people that messaged me. I had one guy tell me that, I lost my grandma and I can actually relate to this song. Like, I didn't lose my dad, but I lost someone and I can feel the pain in your voice. A couple other people messaged me like, you've actually just made me want to fix my relationship with my dad. And it's like, that's when I realized there's a lot of people that actually feel what you're feeling, but they can't speak about it. And as an artist, you need to try, just tell your story, and you realize that there's many more people that feel the same way as you. In 2018, I never performed live before, and it was a talent show back at school. That was the first talent show our school's ever held, and I actually made it to the final. I was so happy about making it to the final, and I'm like, I could win this, till I found out how many other contestants are there. Like, we're actually 10 finalists, and there were 8 singers, a dance group, and I was the only rapper. And I'm like, there's no way a rapper wins those. And I remember just before I went on stage, I can't do this. Like, I'm not performing, I just can't. There's 4 other singers that have gone ahead of me, and it's like, I'm the only rapper here. There's actually no hope for me. People react and they'll forget about it. But you could also go on, you win, and people will talk about you forever. Like, nothing much to lose, but a lot to gain. And I'm like, and I just did it. I remember I actually won the talent show. I won the first ever talent show, my school's ever held. And that very same night, I performed my biggest single to date. It's called Days Off, dropped in 2018. It's done over like 7,000 streams. People actually rushed the stage when I was performing. Like, it wasn't planned or anything, it just came out, performed the song. The feeling was just so surreal. It's like, I actually don't want to perform. The next thing I'm on stage and everyone's on stage with me. People know the lyrics and everyone's, getting more people like, let's go on stage, let's go on stage. I remember the next year when I performed at school, the teachers are like, yeah, that wasn't really behavior. So it's like, we can't let you perform again, but I didn't plan it, it just happened. And since then, I think that's my greatest live performance ever. And then also just coming to Canada, I met a special man by the name of Mr. Sawyer, and he's actually helped me connect with, Benny and Mysterious Visions. I think these are connections that are actually gonna take me a long way in life. You find people that are actually willing to work with you and also guide you along the way. Just that guidance, I actually appreciate it a lot. There's no unity amongst artists. It's like a lot of competition, and I believe in competition. I believe in friendly competition. Like, you need to stand out. You need to be the best at what you're doing. From what I've seen, the Calgary scene is not that big, especially when it comes to like rap music. And it's like there's many rappers that are competing against each other, but don't want to come together and work, especially if you have like the same sound. But it's just a whole lot of ego and pride, and guys don't want to put that aside and actually work together. And I just feel like guys don't want to invest in themselves. No one wants to pay for features. I know a couple artists that said, I'm not going to pay you for a feature. But they wanted to work with me, but it's like, I actually charge. And I'm like, you know what, you don't want to pay for the features, fine, we go about it separate ways. Guys want album covers for free. Guys don't want to pay for mixing. Guys don't want to pay for anything. They just want to, make music, but don't want to actually invest in themselves. And then it's the same old people that are actually complaining that, scene here is dead, nothing's going on. But it's like, there's people that could help you, but you actually don't want to invest in yourself. So I just feel like guys should actually understand that this is a business as well. Like, as much as you're talented, it's all love and everything, but you actually have to cough out some money to actually get somewhere. Just be prepared. Last year's session I went to, there was a new producer. He was actually surprised how I have my beats stored on the Google Drive. I also have them on a stick, I have them on my phone. I have everything written down. I don't make anything on the spot. I know my beats, I know what I want to do. Many guys come in and actually try make their music on the spot. Oh, let's find the beat now. Producers charge for their time. It's fun, I'm actually making money, but at the same time, if you come in unprepared, I would actually be annoyed. Like, as much as I'm getting the money, it's actually very frustrating having to watch you, try to figure out everything, and I'm just there sitting, like, waiting for you to actually get ready. I actually want to make money from the music. I actually want to make loads of money from the music and actually just look after my mom, because she's actually invested in me. Even my dad believed in me. Like, the whole family's been supportive, so it's like, I just want to make it for them. I just want to connect with the people that actually listen, and I want to make music that's gonna, impact people's lives. And like I said, the eulogy I dropped for my dad actually moved a couple of people that actually felt it, and I want to keep making music like that. And once I actually retire, I actually want to be remembered, When you look at artists like X has been gone for about 2-3 years now, and people still play his music to this day because he actually moved a lot of people's lives. And I just want the same thing, when I leave the industry, I want people to keep playing me because they can actually, connect with my music. On social media, my IG is Dizzy Walka. It's just one word, DIZZY WAKA. Yo, this is Dizzy Walka signing out. Just finished my 10 to 10 session. You guys can find me on IG if you want to talk, you know, just connect with me. I actually like talking to my fans, and if you actually want to find my links to my music, they're up on my IG as well. My email address is there for guys that want to work on features too.